Hello, hello, people. My apologies for being late here and I had to redo this 3 times because my iPhone was acting up. And just gonna wait for a few more people to come in. My apologies, I didn't do a Facebook Live yesterday. I haven't done one actually in 3 days now. I try to do one every 2 days, but unfortunately, and the lighting's not that great here tonight. All right, fix that. And in case you didn't know, if you're not from the Canadian National Capital Region and you've not been looking at my Facebook page, we've been hit by a tornado yesterday, a Force 2 tornado, which ripped to Ottawa, Gatineau, Dunrobin, and many of the little surrounding cities around Gatineau. And the impact was pretty major. So some areas have been damaged pretty bad. So we're okay, but we do have some friends that have unfortunately been impacted, where their houses have been either slightly damaged or heavily damaged. Fortunately, nobody has been injured. I mean, there's some slight, from the news, some people have been slightly shaken up and slight injury, but nothing drastic. Nobody died, so that's a good thing. But it was pretty scary, and it's kind of funny because I always lived in this area all my life. I think from my recollection, 55 years now, I remember of 2 tornadoes hitting our region in the last 55 years. So I might be wrong. If you guys have better recollection than me, then please share. But yeah, it was pretty scary to see that happening. I was on the road actually when it was hitting, and called home and told my wife, my daughter, to go downstairs and to take cover just in case it swerves and decides to take down this house. So pretty moving a few days. And of course, because of the aftermath of that, what happens is that we had no Wi-Fi, no power for some people. I think 150,000 people had no power. I think it's 50,000 people at this time, as we're shooting this video at 7:45 on Saturday night, they're still without power. No, really sending these people some good vibes, and hopefully they'll be able to rebound pretty quickly, because fall is starting tonight at 9:54. It's the equinox, so fall season is starting, which doesn't give you too much time to turn around and get some shelter for winter, right? So it's pretty bad timing for this to happen. So with that said, I do want to do a video tonight. I'm going to stay on the health topic tonight, but I do want to do one probably tomorrow night or Monday on the business side of things. I haven't done one on that one for a long time. I used to have a blog and I used to do videos on business a lot. So I think it's time that I do one there as well. And I have a few more. I've been getting a lot of requests from the video I did on social media for your kids and your teenagers, and how do you control it and how do you manage it and so forth. I've been receiving a lot of comments and emails on that, so I will do something else on that topic based on what I find that experts are saying and what I've lived myself and applied. Because in no means, guys, I'm an expert, right? In no means, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm an IT guy. I work in IT. And I've had home-based business for a long time, and I'm a father of 2 beautiful girls and a husband, and that's who I am. Just like a lot of people, I'm just an ordinary guy, but I really believe strongly in teaching and sharing what I know. I find that that's probably the best value that you bring is when you learn something and you do it and you get some benefits or not. Sometimes the learning is a negative one. You want to share that as well, right? So people, you can prevent some people from doing the bad things like you did. So the thing I want to talk to you guys about tonight was actually an article that was on the Daily Mail, and the title of this live is how many vegetables and fruits should you be eating per day? Now, in Canada, no, we have our health, what do you call it, guidelines to follow. In the States, you have the same. In the UK, you have the same. So every country have their own health experts that give you some guidelines to follow. Whether you agree with them or not, I mean, everybody can have an opinion on that. But they are there for a reason, because it's based on research, it's based on economics, it's based on demand, it's based on what people can do to help prevent being sick and be healthier, so the country can balance the budget. So this article that was in the Daily Mail really got my attention. It said, forget 5 a day, 3 portions of fruits and veg is all a person needs, and any more provides no extra benefits. And it was done by Ben Spencer, medical correspondent in Barcelona for the Daily Mail. Now, I will agree with some of the things he says in there, and I will give you my my opinion on it. Right? So, and please do share your comments, what you think about these things. Now, at the end of the day, when people share opinions, when they share research, when they share studies and things like that, you don't have to just swallow it whole and say, yay, that's what it is, right? If you go back to previous videos that I did about my juicing experience for the last 5.5 years, why I juice once a day and all that, I didn't start juicing right after I had my heart attack and I had my heart problems. I started juicing almost like a year after, because for a year I did research. I took all that information that people gave me about vegan and plant-based and do this and take supplements and don't take supplements and do this and don't do that. And so I took all that in, and then I made a decision based on things that just were what I call common sense, right? What resonated to me, you say, well, okay, that makes total sense, right? You don't have to beat me over the head with a hammer on that one. That makes total sense. So what they've done here is they said they looked at the last 15 years that they did this research, where the norm in the UK has been to recommend that people have 5 vegetables, fruits per day. And they found that after 15 years of studies, 75% don't. Now, I would challenge that probably Canada and the US and Australia and Germany and almost any other countries in the world that is a high fast food and restaurants like we all have. I would suggest that probably we're all in the same bandwagon there. We're all pretty much 75% of people in Canada or in the States do not eat 5 fresh raw vegetables / fruits per day, right? Now, it is also proven, and that it says in research, that if you aim at least doing 3 bigger portion of vegetables and fruits, and always remember, right, all these studies, when they talk about things, they always specify vegetables first, fruits after. There's a reason for that. The vegetables are the core foundation of what you should be eating from a vegetable, fruits, nuts, and seed, right? I mean, that's what your base should be. 60%, 70%, 80% should be on the vegetable side and the rest on the fruit side. You have a lot less sugar in the vegetables that you have in the fruits, right? And as we know, even pure sugar, like a natural sugar, is still sugar. I mean, it's not as bad as the white stuff, right? But it's still sugar. So now what the researcher found is that now, even if you eat 3 portions a day, the benefits on your health would be amazing. No, what the hell does it say here about the better option? So they talk about 375 grams per day. A large variety of types of fruits and veg is important, right? And that I also agree on. When you do a juice a day, you don't drink the same juice every day. You want to alter that recipe. You want to add different types of vegetables and fruits to it. You want to give your body all these different nutrients and minerals coming out from other plants, right? So the body will benefit from that variety. That's also why I take supplements every day, because even though you do that, you're missing out somewhere. And even if you would be able to consume every living vegetables on the planet and every fruit on the planet in one serving, you would still be missing out, because when they cultivate these fruits and vegetables, they do it over and over again. The quality of the nutrients in those fresh fruits and vegetables is not the same today as it was like 50 years ago. So daily supplements is something that I use as what I call is my flat tire, right? You have a spare in your car in case you have a flat tire. My supplements every day ensures that I don't get a flat. So if I do a green smoothie today and I'm missing out on zinc, I'm missing out on potassium, I'm missing out on something depending what ingredients I put in there. My supplements will make sure to backfill that part in. So I think for me that's a key thing. So I'll give you 3 things to remember from this study. First of all, if you are juicing once a day or doing a smoothie once a day, how many portions of vegetables and fruits do you think you're eating by doing just one a day? One a day, you'll do your 5 like that. Sometimes you will do more, right? Because if you have 2 juices in a day, or if you have a juice and a fruit or a vegetable in a day, you're over that 75% of the population that doesn't do it. So you're ahead of the game. You're putting in your body enough of the good stuff to be ahead of the game, right? So key thing, do your 1 juice a day or a smoothie a day, and that will put you ahead of the game. Second thing, taking daily supplements is something that I recommend. It's something that I find is a good spare tire to have, right? Third thing, do your research. Don't just, like I just read you the article from the Daily Mail, do your research. Don't take that as the thing coming down from the mountain that says you must do that. But look at the logic behind it, though. The logic in the US, Canada, UK, Australia, that a minimum of 5 a day, which is usually 4 vegetables, 1 fruit a day, it will put you on the right side of for having good health and having your body in good shape. Does that resonate with you? Does that make sense? For me, it does. I mean, I hope for you it does as well, because when we're babies, the first thing they give you is not steak. The first thing they give you is not chips. The first thing they give you is not popcorn. First thing they give you is vegetables and fruits, and then some proteins, right? So it is part of our basic nutrition. It is how we're built. Our jaw is built. We're built to chew and swallow. We're not built like a carnivore to rip things apart and only eat meat, right? So fresh fruits and vegetables, and as much as possible, guys, as much as possible, do it raw. So the raw vegetable and the raw fruit, and that's why when you juice, you're getting that. When you do smoothie, you're getting that. When you're doing it raw, you're getting more of the nutrients in its raw form and more of the benefit in its raw form. If you're cooking them, it's good. I mean, you're eating them. That's great. But the action of cooking will destroy some of the nutrients, right? It will destroy some of the quality of what you'll be putting in your body. It will taste great, depending on the spices you put in there, things like that. But the quality won't be the same, right? I keep looking at the light as I'm looking at the camera. Just noticed that, because usually my phone is right below the light. So yeah, do these 3 things. I'm anxious also to hear back from you guys in regards to how many vegetables and fruits do you consume a day? Are you in that 75% that doesn't meet that? Or are you in that 25% that does? And if you are in that 25% that does, I would like to hear from you. What has been the impact on your health? Is this something you've changed, or you started doing recently, a few years ago, a few months ago, or is something you've been doing all your life? Right? I know for my wife, for instance, she is very healthy. She's been like that all her life, right? But for some people, it's been a change, either because of a crisis in our health that we had to change, and so forth. So with that, take control of your health, become more, and looking to hear back from you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.